everybody, my name's Kiahonfire and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be looking at how magic has changed. With chapter 2, magic has changed and there has been some changes to it to make it better or to slightly make it worse depending on what they found more OP or not. So there has been a few changes to how sorcery works. And I'm going to start with the biggest one, honestly, that I find the most appealing from changes here. So let's have a look at that one. Wall of Fire is much more worth having now because it acts much differently. This is probably one of the ones with the best change so far that I'm actually looking forward to when it comes to this update, because it is an actual worthwhile change where it is way more useful, with the effects being way more damaging. And well, it's supposed to be used as a good defense and it will be cast a lot quicker than the previous one, and it doesn't look like you have a burning turd either. So it's very nice what they've done with the Wall of Fire, so maybe it will have some more use now that they have made this into a better defensive spell. So I'll do it one more time just to show you the cast times, so you can just quickly go into here. Well, this is not a quick process, is it? But it's on the first page, and then just pretty much boom. It's pretty fast. And then you have your molten walls that will hopefully help keep out any nasties, or maybe you'll cast on something and that will help. Or maybe you're on a purge and it will help you loop things around as you go around and use the walls as defense, and then maybe knock them out, kill some other ones, etc. But I think they made this look a lot nicer because before it did feel a bit rushed. So Wall of Fire has been renewed. The Wisp spell is a spell that casts a magical light. However, it barely lasted any time last time this was a thing. However, in this version, this is going to last up to 10 minutes, so you have 10 minutes of this light that's going to follow you around. It now also follows you more closely, so it's not going off on its own accord doing silly things. So now you can go through dungeons with a nice little light, although do remember to cast it before you go in the dungeon, because usually it won't let you cast sorcery in dungeons. There's also something else you're going to notice as well, that the voice lines have changed slightly with sorcerers as well, so when you're doing certain spells they won't all sound the same, and they sound a bit different now. When it comes to the Call of the Dead, your army will now spawn closer to you, so zombies will now behave better by prioritizing and engaging any foes that you're engaged in with combat. So, if I was to pay more attention with these in combat, they would definitely want to come for them more. And if maybe I go for the boss, they should go after the boss a bit more. So if we're going to hit the boss, the zombies should eventually try and prioritize that after they've finished with their other priorities. But it works much better now, and as you can see, it's working perfectly fine just as it is. It's working pretty well. But that's pretty much the changes they have done with these. When it comes to raising the dead, they have also had changes and quite the hefty nerf. Zombies summoned by the raised dead ritual now only receive 33% of your bonus damage. It used to be 50%, so it's had quite a bit of a takedown from there. And then also from this ritual, they will no longer receive any bonus armor from grit and will always have 0 armor, as you can see right there. Begs the question, can you still make them wear armor? Apparently so, for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm guessing because it says they will always have 0 armor, maybe they're going to try and make it so even if you equip it with armor, then it still won't count and will be 0. But at the moment it's still registering as the armor counts. So we will see with that one and see what happens from it. Or maybe they will just let us have the zombies with the armor on now. But yeah, if you get any with grip perks or anything like that, it's going to be absolutely worthless when it comes to zombies. Now this spell is probably one of the most disappointing changes I've found on here so far on changes they've made, and that is mirror image. So we're just going to cast this one, and you can see I have a mirror image. So basically now my mirror image has health. So if I'm in a busy camp and I need something to distract, now my little mirror image only has 100 health. So every time they do a hit or something on it, it is going to lose health and not last as long as before. So, do I think it has a little bit too less health than it needs? Probably. It's not going to last very long for the cost that it takes. Maybe if they put it to about 200 HP, it wouldn't be as bad, but I think 100 may be a little too low for mirror image and may remove some of the use of it. It's not exactly one of those quicker spells you can cast, and why would you bother with it if it doesn't last very long or do what it needs to do? But all the same, they have changed a lot of things with the mirror image with that health. Spell selection now takes less time. The runes don't have to be fully lit before you can select them, so you can go ahead and select them before they are fully lit and do what you like with them. One extra thing I did want to mention is near the starting area they are planning on turning off sorcery like you have in some dungeons, so you won't be able to just go into those like noob zones and go and like crush their dreams and hopes of life. So if you're in the starting zone, you shouldn't be able to do sorcery in the future. So that is another extra that will be happening with sorcery in general. And that's pretty much the major changes that have happened to this update when it comes to magic and spells. Let me know what you think. There have been some nerfs, there have been some buffs, which is always nice to see. But I definitely do like the changes to the Wall of Fire and the Wisp. The Wisp can probably be more useful now, especially as it lasts for 10 minutes. Although, one thing with it I do think is if there should be some way to cancel out of it as well. If you like accidentally cast it, then you have this big green light floating around your head for ages for like 10 minutes straight. It would be nice to have a way that you can cancel it, so maybe you open up the spells, and if you had it and recast it, maybe it would go away and register as that. But for now, it doesn't quite work that way and can be quite annoying because of that. Anyway, some changes here. What are we going to see in the future? Who knows? But it definitely is going to be a thing of there won't be any new spells for a while, but hopefully in the future we're going to get some more really awesome spells, or maybe additions to spells that are going to happen, because they have stated there probably won't be any new spells for another couple of chapters yet. You'll probably most likely see some new spells in a new age, but for now that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the new spell and whatever else has to come. Thank you for watching, I love you, and see you in the next one. Bye bye!